Hi. So in this video, we will see how we can create a simple Spring Boot CRUD example using the ChatGPT. So basically, the ChatGPT can assist in creating a Spring Boot application by providing suggestions and examples for writing the code. It can also help with troubleshooting or debugging errors in the code. So let's get started. So here there is you can go to, or either you can search for the Google for the ChatGPT. It will directly go to the and just log in if you have already account, or if you do not have an account you have to sign up. It's a very simple process. You can sign up with the Google authentication as well. So first of all, this is a basic page, and we just write in this text box just how to start Spring Boot web application. So sometimes because of the network it will take 5-6 seconds, and then it will start. So he started giving answer. So we can go here, right? It already gave the suggestions. So let's go to Spring Boot website and just select 270 and select Maven. Because the ChatGPT has the information only till 2021, so we have to choose accordingly. So say for example demo 1 and add dependency, that is a web 1. Okay, and generate the code. So first of all we will take into IntelliJ. We'll copy somewhere. Let's extract the folders and import into IntelliJ. Okay, so now let's go back to the ChatGPT. So we already have created. It will initialize and it will take little time. Okay, so now we can ask the ChatGPT another question, that because it is a CRUD operation, Spring Boot web. So first of all, let's simply check that whether the application is working or not. So it's running fine. Okay. So now let's ask the ChatGPT a question that I want a repository and any example like customer, product, or any other example. So simply we can ask, okay, give me, please generate repository class, product repository for Spring Boot. So it is starting generating. It will write all the code. There are chances that minor mistake or something that we can debug or do something for the same. So let's copy. It will also generate the product one. So let's copy and put into the IntelliJ. The product repository is there. Now we will also copy the code for the product and paste into the application. Now because it is not JPA repository is not there, we can ask the same to even the ChatGPT that what kind of Maven required. So please give me Maven dependency for JP repository. So I'll copy over there and put into the form.xml. So our error has gone, and now let's see what are the fields are there. So ID, name, description, and price. So let's generate the setters together. Okay. So now what we already have a repository. So now we can ask for product service. So it will remember the previous context. So we can ask, please generate product service for above repository. Okay, so we can copy and paste into our IntelliJ. So product service is also ready. Okay. So now very simple. So now let's generate the product controller. Please generate product controller for above product service. So again it will remember the previous context. So this kind of code that we always spend a lots of time to generate or write the code, or even we have to copy and we will not able to find the exact class, and then we'll have to change it as per the. Here we can even provide the all the say for example we have a product class, and if we have a 5 field, and we can ask, we can provide ChatGPT of 5 fields, and according to that 5 fields or 10 fields or maybe 15 fields, it will also generate the code for that. So it's very interactive. Again, let's copy the controller. So controller is also ready. So now because I have now CRUD operation, so I just also want to be any database integration. So I will try to use H2 over here. So we'll ask what is the Maven dependency for H2 DB integration. So you can see. So let's add this. It will also explain everything and also give some suggestions as well. So we have to put, it also gave application dot properties information that what should be put into the application while you are using the S2. So now let's put this dependency into our project first, and into the application properties we can put all this information over there. and then we have to put s2 console enable is equal to true. So it's all done. So let's try to run the application. We may get error or not, but it will, even if we get an error, it will try to help us. Okay, so there is a cannot load the s2 driver. So let's, did we put, we can even provide the any exception if we are getting, it will answer that. So if you get such a exception, sometimes just try to refresh the page. It will work because there is a lots of load. The site is sometimes pretty slow, but they are working on it. So I just resolved that because of I have not loaded the Maven, refreshed the Maven. So now it's working. Okay, let's try. Okay, so our application at least it's working, but still we can provide some of the data and all, and you see. Now we can write the JUnit test cases for the same. So we can ask the same to ChatGPT. Can you please write JUnit test cases for above application, above REST controller? So it started writing the JUnit test cases. So we have to be little patient. Okay, so sometimes it gets stopped, then you can please continue code. So again it will start. So currently it is writing a test cases for the save. Okay, so now let's copy. Again, it never say that it is a perfect example, but mostly nearby it is a perfect. So I will put into the test class and the rest of the code from the another block. Okay, so looks good. There are some errors, then we can resolve it. If we get any error, or we can also ask to please rewrite the JUnit test cases. I am getting errors, some errors. Test cases for product above product controller and product class, or we can simply write product. Please continue. Good. Okay, so let's copy the code and again put into the IntelliJ application. And let's finish the rest of the code with the rest of the line. We have to, change some of the errors and all. Might be sometime you can also ask the same things to ChatGPT. So I have a little bit modified because I was debugging and the chat server was a little bit hanging. So I did some sort of modification and using the same kind of chat and added some of the swagger, but we'll also ask that how to add the swagger and all, and then I will show the finished product, which is the whole application I created using the chat GPT, and I have not written a single line of code there. So okay, so let's run this same test cases and see. Okay, so all the test cases has been passed. So now, so we'll ask, we want to add the swagger. How can we add the swagger in above application, Spring Boot application? So we have to add the swagger 2. It will give you all the information related to that dependency, and then it will also create the basic class, a swagger config or a docket or something. So I'll copy paste and modify a little bit according to my purpose. It will also give some of the more suggestion that whether you want to use or whatever the question related to Swagger you can ask them. So I already copied previously, and here it is a config file. So same config file they have already copied. Some of the library issues because I have created previously the latest library, and then because this chat GPT is till the 2021, so I'll have to change the library. There are some limitation minor that we can to make it to 2.4.6. Okay, and then I have already did the Swagger configure. I also added some data so that we can test it whether it is properly inserting or not, and we also created and some of the minor changes in the application.properties. The rest of the things are same. So let's run it. So what is the h2 URL is localhost slash h2. So let's go to the localhost and try to check this h2. Okay, and let's connect. We have our product and let's run it. Currently it is not running, so we will find out what is the issues. Okay, so I have did one thing that for the Spring data source only run the schema.sql and not the data.sql. So I just commented that out, and now I can run it again and see. So now both schema SQL and the data SQL should run. So let's refresh, connect, select product, and we have all the 5 products just so successfully run. And now we also will test the Swagger as well. Okay, so it's running perfectly fine, and we have successfully created. This is a product controller ID name, and this is a get method, put method, post, and delete. Everything is there. We can test it, and that's it. It's very simple. We can do lots of things, whatever we want to do. We don't know how much limitation and what kind of beyond our imagination. It is just a start. So you just play out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next time.